Welcome back, everybody. I apologize for my recent inactivity for the last few months, but I'm back again, and as promised, I will show you how to create this talking avatar that we see in the bottom left of your screen. So, before we get started, I want to say that I actually planned to create this video last week. However, I came across a few obstacles. Since I have not been working on Sonic talking avatars recently, I did not know that there's compatibility issues. What that means is that the newest versions of PyTorch, like when I'm running my pod on the RTX 5090 here, is not compatible with Sonic Avatar, and I had to find a way around it. Don't worry, I'm not going to bore you with the technical details here. I will just show you how you can solve this. It will take some time, so please bear with me. So for this case, we will delete our ComfyUI test storage that we had previously created in the other videos, so I can show you everything from scratch. I'll create a new volume in the same region and select the same name, and go again for 100 gigabytes. The reason for that is also mentioned in the last couple of videos. So once we have the server set again, we will go to My Pods. Now, you might have realized that RunPod has a different user interface from the last time when I showed to you. In essence, it's still the same, just a little bit of a redesign it feels like. But what it requires here at the very top, you need to select your volume that you have created. So, in our case, it would be ComfyUI test. Choose your graphics card. As mentioned earlier, here the RTX 4090 works because it can run on a lower PyTorch, while the 5090 cannot be used for this particular node or workflow. Yeah, and as it requires a higher PyTorch. So all we do is we choose RTX 4090, and then we go down here, change the template, and we will be using the exact same template that we've been using in the last videos, which is Python 3.11 and PyTorch 2.4.0. Alright? Everything's set. Our network volume ComfyUI test is chosen, our RTX 4090 is chosen, and then we hit on Deploy on Demand. If we look at the log, we will see that we are installing ComfyUI and ComfyUI Manager. It will take a few moments, so you can roughly expect 20 to 25 minutes. I'll be back once this is installed. Alright, now this is done. We go to the Connect tab, yep. We connect to our Jupyter Labs. It says not ready, but it should be ready now by clicking on the 8888 HTTP service link. And here we are. Let's do our fix. It's very simple. I have it in the description, refer to step 1. Copy-paste the command here, and hit enter. We just need to uninstall the current PyTorch and install the one we need. Once this is done, I'll be back. Alright, and here we are back again. Now we can finally get started with running the run_gpu.sh. Whoopsie. It has to be in the right folder, of course. I am a little bit dumb today. I didn't have to put in the dot in front. I'm very sorry for that. Okay, and here we go. Really quick to highlight here. This shows you that we are running in the right PyTorch version. If we would have not done the uninstall and reinstall, we would have found PyTorch version 2.9 here instead of 2.4. So once you see your startup sequence in the Jupyter Lab terminal, make sure you see PyTorch version 2.4.0. If that checks out, everything is in order. If not, it means that you have skipped this step of installing the required PyTorch, which you will do with this command here. Alright? After the install, you would also see the output here, what torch you now use. Okay, the startup is now done and complete. We arrived at the fetch comfy registry data, which means we can start up our pod with the port 8188. And we are in our ComfyUI browser tab. I closed that window, which are just some default workflows, but what we want is to load a specific one, which I copied from another YouTuber, Pixarama, as you can see here. But for this video, we will focus on installing it and how to get this running as a step-by-step guide. So you can see on this screen that certain nodes are missing. And as shown in the last videos, we just go to Manager and click on Install Missing Custom Nodes. Wait until this list is populated, click on everything and hit Install at the bottom so it installs them as a batch. Let's give it some time and I will be right back. And here we are again and all the nodes have been installed. Let's do a quick check if anything is still missing. This node should be fixed once we do the restart. We can check again later. Okay, this is the first step. Let's restart now. We can of course check again here. Good to see if our PyTorch is still active or if RunPod auto-updated, which should not be the case. So let's wait for it before I fast forward through this. Yes, the right PyTorch version is used. Alright, everything is loaded. We are back to fetch Comfy registry data, and we can go to our ComfyUI tab and click Confirm to refresh the page. And here we have reloaded the workflow, and we check real quick if any custom nodes are still missing, just to be sure. None are missing, that's good. However, we do indeed miss a few requirements needed for this workflow that need to be further installed. For example, the checkpoint, the unet.pth, and other important files. So how do we do that? Certain things we cannot download with the manager, so we have to take a different approach. We do this by clicking on this link and you'll see a Google Drive with 3 different files. Next, we go to Jupyter Lab, open a new terminal and install the gdown downloader. In order to get gdown, we need to install it first. We type in the command noted under step 2 in the description and hit enter. Now we can use gdown. However, in order to use it in the right folder, we need to switch to the relevant folder with cd/workspace/ComfyUI/models/Sonic. Note, capitalization matters. We're now in the correct folder. Let me also browse into that folder so we can see what is happening there. Click on ComfyUI, Models, and then Sonic folder. If you double-check back in the ComfyUI browser window, it says Main folder, ComfyUI/models/Sonic, and that we need to download these files here. These are 3 of the files. I've prepped already the download command for this, which you can just copy and paste from the description marked with step 3. I just copy-pasted the gdown command, hit enter, and download this into our Sonic folder. Great. The download has been completed. We go into the Sonic folder, take all 3 files, and move them into the Sonic folder by simply dragging and dropping them. And now we delete the other Sonic subfolder. So far, so good. We have 3 of our 4 needed files. We go to the next one and find yellowface_v5m.pt. Click the 3 dots in the top right of the file and go to Share then Copy link. You now paste it into the browser and get the relevant file designation, right here. But for your convenience, I have prepared the command in the description under step 4 for the download. We will be using gdown again and download into the same folder. Copy-paste it and click enter. There you go. All the 4 files are accounted for. Now we need to create a subfolder named RIFE. Again, capitalization matters, so make sure that's correct. We now right-click in the folder and create a new folder and name it RIFE. Now we need the flownet.pkl, so we click on the link. Same as before, you go to Share and copy the link. Once again, we can see the file designation here for download. As previously, I have written the specific command under step 5 in the description. Now let's change the folder to RIFE so we can download into it directly. While the download command is in the description as mentioned, I want to show you how to do it manually for your reference. We take this file designation, copy it, and go back to Jupyter Lab. Call up the download command for yellowface_v5m.pt and replace the file designation with the one for flownet, and change the file name accordingly to flownet.pkl. Let me double check the error here. I missed to copy the last L. There we go. Actually, I can just add an L at the end of the designation and hit enter, and it should be working now. Wonderful. Check our RIFE folder. And our flownet.pth is in here. Then we have a few more files in a new folder named whispertiny. But for this, we'd need to install another downloader. For these files, we would need the Huggingface downloader, which we will do with a pip install. The installation command can be found under step 6 in the description. I made a typo here. There we go. Next, we need to upgrade the hub. Please refer to step 7 for this. Good. Now, we need to log into Huggingface step 8. Okay, how do we do this? You would go to Huggingface by simply typing in huggingface.co. This will bring you to the landing page, and in the top right you would have login and sign up. So if you do not have an account, you do need to sign up here, and of course if you do have an account, you log in. Once you are here, you just hit the profile avatar in the top right corner and go to Access Tokens and Create New Token. You can name this whatever, but I will go ahead with ComfyUI Test. But what's important is that you have a fine-grained token type, and check these 3 boxes under Repositories. Once you have that, we can proceed with Create Token, and you will be able to see it. Do note that at this point, it is the only chance to see the full token and copy it. You will not be able to see it again, so do copy it and store it somewhere safe for your future usage. Or of course, be silly like me and create new tokens every time you need them. Okay, now this is done and the token will be showing up right here. I will go ahead and delete this as I am not using it, and since you all have seen it, that's it for the token. That's how you get it. Now copy your token and paste it in here and hit enter. It will not be visible, but it is there. Add token as git credential. We say yes. It gives some error code, but it's irrelevant for our use. We need to take a step back and go back to our Sonic folder and then copy-paste our downloaded script. Step 9 in the description. Let's double-check. whispertiny has been properly downloaded and all the files are in here. However, it said we only need 3 of them, but for your reference, I wanted to show how to download the full folder. You can delete everything except config, model, and preprocessor files, which I'll be doing. Config, model, and preprocessor. Double-checking. Correct. And delete the rest. So, with this command that I showed you earlier, you can download repositories from Huggingface even if a login is required. That's how you do it. So we have RIFE. We have whispertiny, but we are still missing our stable video diffusion models. We go back to change our folder with cd/workspace/ComfyUI/models. I use the models folder because I cannot open the checkpoints folder, so I download them in here first and move them into checkpoints once downloaded. I do this so I can check the file size and see if the download was actually completed. Let's follow the links of our video diffusion files. Here's one. And here's the other. Now this file is a non-gated single, so you don't need to log in and we can use a different command. Here we will use wget-o followed by file name and the direct download path in quotation marks. In this case we want to have this one, the 9.56 gigabyte. The download link is what you see here at the end of the command. You can just copy and paste the command from the description under step 10. And then we hit on enter for the download, and you see that it will run. Great. The file now has been properly downloaded. You can see it here on the left-hand side. Wonderful. And now we get the last file. Just as a reference, I'm actually using the diffusion model we downloaded for my generations, but if you want to see the process for a Huggingface file that is not a full repository, but a single file out of a gated repository, you would use this command. Refer to step 11. It is similar to the whispertiny full repository download, The command would include details such as repo name, repo type, which exact file, and the location we want to save it in our storage. This is it, and we hit enter. I think there's a little bit of an error. Give me a second. There you go. I had a quotation mark in there. Okay. Great. We have the two models here. Double-check the sizing. Okay, that's good. And we select both of them and move them into checkpoints. There we go. Now this one is sorted as well. And that's it. We should be ready to use the workflow. So what we do is we refresh. In the meantime, let me close all the tabs that we do not need. And here we are, double-checking. Yes, we have both our checkpoints. Let's go with XT here for our generations. Is a unet here? Yes, it is, and that's all that matters to select. Now all we have to do is uploading our base picture. You can just upload it here. Note, the dimensions of this are a square format, so your pictures should be in a 1:1 ratio. And then you upload your voice clip here. Then run the workflow with the blue button in the top right. We can make a really quick check. I am uploading my YouTube avatar image here, and a voice clip I already made here. Let's see if this works. Do note on your initial generation, or one that uses a new checkpoint, it will require additional time to load that particular checkpoint. The time it takes to load also depends on the file size of the checkpoint itself. However, after the initial generation, the checkpoint will not need to be reloaded again, unless you unload the models or use a different one. So we let this run through, and I will be back once this is done, and we see a result. Okay, here we are. Let's have a look. Continuing, so here we are again. And we are continuing, okay, the test was successful. We were able to generate a short video of my talking avatar. My voice clip was actually 61 seconds, but the duration here was set to only 4 seconds, so it was cut short here. In any case, this was just to show that everything was set up correctly from scratch. In the next video, we will go through the full generation of a long avatar video. Thank you for watching, and if you found this helpful, please do leave a like and subscribe for more content.